Hello and welcome to another episode of Short Shift, proudly presented by V8s Online and brought to you by good friends at Direct Clutch Services, Stephen Sandman Clark, and of course Jay Kennedy. Jay, how you going?
Yeah, very good. Good to be here, Sandman.
Been a while between drinks, hasn't it?
A little bit too long. It's been hard to catch up. We both live busy lives away from our sim rigs, so it's a bit hard to catch up. But we might go straight into news coming out of iRacing.
Yep.
Released some beautiful, beautiful images of Circuit of the Americas, as well as a video on how they've made the circuit. So that's not far away, as well as the BMW GT3 car, which I'm really looking forward to throw into the GT3 series.
It's exciting, isn't it? I mean, everyone's been waiting for the BMW. I personally have been waiting for Circuit of the Americas, and of course that's a nice little addition we can have to our V8s Online broadcast too.
Yeah, exactly. It will definitely be written in pen, not pencil, when it's released into next season's schedule, if it's released in time, which iRacing's fairly confident will happen. Yeah,
they're saying hopefully in the April build. Now, they haven't promised anything, but they are sort of hinting at the April build, so not too far away, which is the good thing. But, fingers crossed. I mean, I can't wait to have a go at Circuit of the Americas. It was so good to see the real V8 supercars racing there and put on some great racing, and no doubt that'll flow over to our iRacing series as well.
Yeah, good to watch every race that's gone on there. The Formula One race was great there.
Yep.
Also, the Grand Am series was good there when they were there as well. So, good, fantastic track, a fantastic facility in Austin, and really looking forward to having a go myself. So it should be good fun. Obviously, the BMW as well. Really, really looking forward to that car. Another car into the GT3 series. 3 cars with 3 different options and a lot of different looking cars out there that are all very, very evenly matched. A
great looking car. Every time I've seen it on racetracks in real world environments, it looks like a great car to drive, and I think part of the iRacing program for us is it's going to be a nice addition to the GT series.
Yeah, and obviously they're not stopping at that too. They're also talking about trying to sign on another car to fit into that GT3 series, as well as possibly tweaking a different car, whether it be the Ford GT or the Caddy or something else, to add an extra car in there. So we might have 5 different cars in that GT3 series, just like a real-life GT3 series. Fantastic. All different marquees running around, so it should be good fun. Fingers crossed it actually unfolds in that way.
Yeah, bring on April. Let's hope so.
Yeah, also they're also announcing with Track News, Donington Park in the UK is now in full production, so that will be the next road course after Circuit of the Americas. Probably won't come out for another 6 months or so, but that will be the next road course, which is another good track, and I think V8 Supercar will be quite tricky around there, especially coming up the hill.
Like you said, tricky. Yeah, it should be good. It'll be interesting. It won't take long for a couple of the aliens to get their heads around it, though, but that'll be a nice addition, though. It should be good.
Yeah, it would be a good fun track, and of course there will be another oval track. I think Lucas Oil Speedway, I think, is the next oval track that will be released, so there's 3 new tracks in full production. Of course, Circuit of the Americas will be the next one, and we're all looking forward to that. So fingers crossed for April.
Yeah, and speaking of the oval stuff, we haven't really spoken about this off air, but I had sort of word of I'd heard that they were talking about the Camry for the Sprint Cup series.
Yeah, that's also been rumoured as well. They've got the paperwork sent to Toyota as far as I believe, but nothing's signed at this stage. So that is fingers crossed for that. And of course, they are looking at bringing out the new nationwide car, the Chevy nationwide car as well.
Fantastic.
So that's an extra oval car as well, which would be good fun, as well as the Super Late model, which has come out not that long ago as well.
Beautiful. Yeah, exciting times. Fingers crossed April will be the build, and that's not too far away. So excellent stuff.
Yep. Next, we'll probably talk about what's happening in Club AusNZ news. Obviously, Monday Night V8's going stronger and stronger from strength to strength. But a couple of other series that are really starting to pick up. GT3 series, as we talked about, the main strength of field race once again has turned into the Australian-New Zealand Club one, with the Europeans joining in as well.
Yep.
Seeing some fantastic racing in that series and some big points hauls from guys in that split. Half-hour races, they've been fantastic to watch. Really, really great series. So other series as well, we've got Saturday Night NASCAR as well. So if you're a bit of an oval fan, Saturday Night NASCAR, great fun. I know you're an oval man, but you don't get to race it very much on a Saturday night.
Stupid work commitments and everything else getting in the way, but I would love to get into the NASCAR thing. The last time I sort of committed myself to the series was the Sim Incidents Truck Series on a Wednesday night. So it's been a little while between oval races, but I'd love to get into the Sprint Cup stuff. That'd be great.
Yeah, and of course, Daytona 500 not that long ago, I managed to pick up a win.
Yeah, this bloke.
Yeah, I've got to thank Leo for that. Leo pushed me to the win, and of course Matthew Barron, Mike Koroloff as well, helping in the background.
I heard good things about that race. I mean, obviously it was good from your point of view.
Yeah, I loved it.
Take the win, so Daytona 500 champ next to me, but it had good praise throughout the forums. Everyone really enjoyed that race. It was good.
I think we had a 130-lap green flag run, which is really unheard of, especially in Australian oval racing. It's not often guys get out there and race ovals, especially guys that don't race it very often, to get out there and race a 500-mile race, an 800-kilometre race, and stay out of trouble. That was the number one key, was staying out of trouble, and most of the guys did it very, very well. So congratulations to everyone that just finished the race. It was a really, really fun race. Tactic-wise, it was very, very tricky. I haven't really said too much about it, but myself and Matthew Barron, we come in for green flag stops and, pit lane speed penalty, and put us right back in the pack. Lucky enough to get a caution with about 25 to go to get us back up the front, and then it was all about fuel saving from then, something we hate in the V8 supercar. But in NASCAR, you sort of have to do it, and it's a part of the racing over there, so it was really, really good. Got to the front with a few to go and had a one-lap dash at the end, and Leo Gray, fellow commentator, he's a good boy. In the box, pushed me to the win, so thanks, Leo. It was his first main big NASCAR race as well, so he did very, very well. Yep.
And hats off to everyone involved too, because like you said, to go that distance, close quarters racing at Daytona, I mean, everyone's just bumper to bumper to door handle, and to go that long without cautions, I think everyone did a great job. So hats off to everyone involved, and mate, hopefully bigger and better things next year, and you go and defend your title, mate.
Well, that's the aim. Got to defend at Talladega. That's going to be tougher, but great thing with that series now, we're actually seeing 2 splits on a Saturday night, so great. If you're not too sure about your oval racing, ask some questions on the forum. Put your hand up, have a go. It's not that hard, but it's very, very time consuming to get it right, and you're absolutely brain fried by the end of it, because it is so demanding on your brain at the end of a race. So get out there and have a go.
I love some of the iRacing formats where, you know, you got the real life Daytona 500 that weekend, and then to have that same distance race in iRacing, that's sensational. So nice little mix of sort of real world versus iRacing.
Yeah, with the Saturday night NASCAR series, if you aren't aware of how it works, it is, as I said, Saturday night obviously, but it races the real track that the official Sprint Cup series is at that weekend. Most of the races are half race distance. There are 3 full race distance. Obviously, the Daytona 500, the Coke 600, which will be massive.
Bring that on.
Charlotte, I think 400 laps. That'll be epic. And of course, Watkins Glen will be a full length 255k mile. I'm not sure. 90 laps anyway. 90 laps. So that should be fantastic as well. So we should probably see a few road course ringers in for that one as well.
And of course, everyone talks about Indy 500 too when that comes around too. Different series, but when we go the full length race to match real world commitments, that's awesome stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure that there will be an Indy 500 this year. I've got no doubt about that. And fingers crossed, we might even have the new Indy car by then as well. Yeah,
that's right. A lot of talk about that too. So that's exciting times for the Indy boys, and mate, so many different changes. A lot to look forward to in the coming months.
Yeah, there's lots happening. It's always evolving, which is great, and there's going to be a few behind-the-scenes changes happen very soon too, to increase the graphics and increase the performance on PC as well. So that should be exciting, as well as obviously driver swaps isn't far away either. So
bring that on.
That's going to be fantastic. Fingers crossed we could be up for the best build ever in April. Who knows? We might.
Bring it on. That driver swap thing, you talk about the mix with, we talk about Australian stuff, but Mount Panorama with driver swaps. I mean, then of course we get our new car hopefully this year. That'd be awesome. But, mate, a lot of exciting things to look forward to.
Yeah, not only the Bathurst 1000, I mean, talked not long ago, we had the Bathurst 12 hour. Imagine us doing a Bathurst 12 hour and all those GT3 cars.
That would be awesome. Because at the moment, 6 hour length at the moment, but they are talking about doing longer endurance, 12 and possibly 24 hours later on.
They're saying possibly making it open to 25 hours so that you can do a full 24-hour race with qualifying beforehand.
How good would that be? Sensational. Yeah, bring it on.
All coming soon.
All right. Well, let's get on with the rest of the show. And if you tuned in last time, we were at the grid at Docklands, and we had a good time there. Caught up with a number of different drivers and managed to get a couple of interviews under our belt as well.
Yeah, we managed. Obviously, we saw last episode, we caught up with Bo Cattell, who after that has now joined ANZ Motorsport. He's now new teammate. Scott Uren. We were lucky enough to have a chat with him. So here's our interview with Scott Uren. Joining us for an ex-driver interview, we are joined by ANZ Motorsport driver Scott Uren. G'day, Scott. Welcome to Short Shift.
How you going, mate? Cheers. Good. Thanks yourself.
Good, buddy.
Good to have you along, mate. It's been a long time. Never caught up with you before, so good to finally meet you.
No, yeah, it's been a lot online. It's been a long time on iRacing, and it's been good with you guys broadcasting it. But first time in the flesh, so good to meet you.
Yeah, how long have you been sim racing for your life?
My first sim I had was Jeff Cramer's Grand Prix 2. I was in high school in maybe 97, 98. About the same time I kind of got into Formula 1 racing and sparked all the interest. So since then it's just been LFS and iRacing, and long time now.
How have you found the iRacing V8 Supercar Series? Pretty competitive on a Monday night.
Yeah, it's been a big motivation with my sim racing. Obviously, I'm not as fast as I used to be, but yeah, no, it's still brilliant fun. Best racing you can find. So it's always a brilliant race, whatever field you're in. It's awesome.
Now, obviously, you disappeared from the series, moved to the UK for a little while. When you come back, what was the biggest difference you found when you come back?
Oh, the class of the field's just gone up a level and up more. So whether it's, I don't know if someone's found something in the setup while it's gone, but it's, again, another level. There's more pace in the entire field and everything's a lot closer. Less time between pole and 10th, for instance. So that's the main thing.
And you weren't short on pace too, even though you had spent a little bit of time out of iRacing. When you jumped back in it, your pace was still there. Now you, of course, got affiliation with ANZ Motorsport, so that's pretty good. You've got a good environment and a good driver line up there at ANZ.
Yeah, no, the team's great, and yeah, I'm still happy to be in the top split. I was always about a second off of the top times before I left, but now with everyone, as I said, closed up, it's dropped me back in the field a bit, so I need to work on it. But yeah, no, the team's brilliant. Justin, Lee, all the guys are chipping together. Jared now as well is coming on really strong, and so yeah, he's there's a good team. So hopefully we're trying to build and take on these TTL guys.
Yeah, those guys are quite quick, so fingers crossed for you guys, you'll start moving up through the field. Now, team-wise, how have you found that gel of a new team, especially when you've come back, something a bit different from what you're used to?
Yeah, well, you still work together when you're in a team anyway. Before iRacing, I was in a team called Southern Cross Racing in LFS. We were a really good team over there, and we all worked together as well, and it seems pretty similar across the with the Tats time that I had before I left as well. All very similar. As long as we work together and we all find a setup we can at least base off and tweak it to our own style, it seems to work pretty well so far. So yeah.
Now, what about your setup at home? What sort of rig do you have?
Yeah.
Well, I had a bit of spare cash while I was overseas, so I got myself an Obato Revolution with a triple screen as well. So I've got a lot of immersion at the moment, but I bought it when I was overseas, so I had to ship it across. It wasn't cheap, but it's a brilliant rig. You can tune it however you like, and sure, it's a bit pricey, but it works. You know, you've got the hyper stuff here, which is good for sim racing, but not so much for like flying or just normal PC use. The Revolution is just brilliant with everything. So
It comes down to taste too, doesn't it? I mean, everyone's got their different forms. I personally sort of made my own, but then there's other people that do like to go the hyper path. But
And I use an office chair. So.
yeah, and it works too. I mean, we touched on it before that other drivers do sometimes only have a budget for a computer chair and tabletop, and off they go, and they do quite well on it. So, but sometimes unfortunately it does come down to money though, doesn't it?
that's it. Yeah, I started with an office chair and just on the computer screen. That was still doing that with Tats as well. So it doesn't really affect your pace, but it's brilliant for immersion and a bit more spatial awareness with the other cars you're around. But yeah, it comes down to personal taste, as you say.
Yep.
Now, what's the plans for the future with yourself? We're going to see you on track a bit more than what we've seen lately?
Absolutely, yeah. My pedals have carked at the moment, so I don't really have a wheel to work with. So I'm helping the guys in the background do some strategy stuff, so that's good in the meantime. But talking to the guys today, I really want to get that wheel back running. So yeah, hopefully I'll be back on the track shortly.
Excellent.
We might go for the most important final question. Holden or Ford?
Holden.
Oh, good. 2 for 2 now.
2 for 2, yes. Perfect. All right, Scott, thanks heaps for joining us on Short Shift.
Cheers, guys.
Pleasure having you along.
Thanks for having me.
Cheers, pal. See
Thanks,
you, mate. So there you go, ANZ Motorsports driver Scott Uran. And I'll tell you what, when we were chatting with the boys on our previous episode, we didn't know about all the movements that were going on behind the scenes. I think you may have got a sniff of what was going on at ANZ, but it was certainly a nice new announcement to find a couple of different changes that they had going on at ANZ for Season 1.
Yeah, I just found out about Renz Brookman's move to ANZ just before that interview. I was actually the first person to tell Scott, and that was just after that interview he found out, and then days later Bo Catel's gone across there as well. So lots of good signings for that team, and I think we'll find in the future they'll be up there with TTR and TTL. They just got to find their teamwork, I guess. So everyone's got their slightly different way that they like the car set up and things like that. So that will be one thing that they'll work on, and I think next season we'll see them right up pushing for first and seconds all season long.
Well, Bo's already showed his form, to be that new in a team and have the pace that he's got and get himself a podium. He's really lifted the bar within that team, and I think they've really picked it up when Justin Ruggier hasn't been there to sort of wave the flag for him. So great driver lineup, and they're going to be definitely a force to be reckoned with as the season goes on.
Yeah, that's the thing. They've got a lot of drivers that are up and coming as well that are just getting their way into the top split now, and as soon as they get there, they're already starting to push for top 10s and top 5s straight off the bat, which is good. Really, really good to see. And I think there's a lot of teams that are working their way towards top split that we'll start to see that as soon as they get into top split, they'll be pushing for top 10s as well.
Yeah. Well, while we're there, we also had a chat to Trans-Tasman driver Leal, and he's been a good, consistent driver. He's probably been a little bit off the pace this season where he'd like to be, but he's had some strong runnings, and he's been a good signing for TTR, for Hyperstimulator Racing.
Yeah, I think the one question that we managed to actually ask him was the question that everyone wants to know: is the bet real? Is the bet real? So
that's right.
Check this out. We do ask the question: is the bet real? Stay tuned for the answer. So joining us today on Short Shift, we have Leal from TTR. G'day, Lee.
Hey, Joe. How's it going?
Good, mate. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah.
One of the newest members of TTR coming through the Rising Star program. It's just gone 1 year now. This was New Year's last year. The TTR started the Rising Stars program, and how have you found settling in at TTR?
Oh, it's great. Like Madison, Muggo, everyone, even yourself. Like we joined at the same time, but it's perfect. Like the guys got so much knowledge and so much everything, and first off, it was great. Like, yeah, it's good.
So tell us about how long you've been in iRacing for. How long have you been doing this for?
I started in 2010, halfway through year 12, which probably wasn't the best idea. Got a little bit of problems with that, but it's great. 2010, got into it again, like took time off, then got back into it in about 2012, and then obviously joined Net Virtue for a season, and then joined TTR, which is great.
That's been good for you. You haven't been short of pace, but I think everyone's seen you grow. The longer that you spend at TTR, obviously the feedback that you get from, obviously we got Muggleton and Down.
Yeah.
The guys in your testing program has really brought you forward as a driver, and your pace on a Monday night has been good.
Yeah, it's great. Like going from bottom of second split to going top range, like top 5, top 10 of top split. It's just great. Like as I was telling the other boys, out of the world, like it's pretty much a World Series. So to be that quick out of everyone, it's great. And like the V8, it's an interesting car to drive. So when you get it right, you can get on it. But yeah, no, it's great. So.
Now, what about your goals, personal goals for yourself in the season or the coming seasons of 2014?
Oh, well, this season, the last season that's just gone by is a bit of a write-off for me. Been away too much, so I'll be down the order. But hopefully try and go for a race win or something. Just bought a new rig, so be solid on that. And
now, obviously, race win, that involves something else as well. Is that still on, that bet?
Yeah, we talk about the bet a lot, don't we, in the broadcast?
It's brought up a lot.
The bet, yep. Yeah, she watches it, and she says.
So that means the bet's go.
I'm just leaving it at that. Just avoid.
That's a yes.
Now, you just touched on your rig. You said you got a new rig. What is it?
A Budu Revolution. Yep. Great, solid rig. I'd recommend anyone buy it. It's perfect, even though it's sponsored by Hyper. But it does what I wanted it to do. I wanted it to be a racing flight sim game, and it's exactly what I want. So that's all I need. Beautiful.
Yep. Now the most important question we ask here: Holden or Ford, man?
Holden.
Oh, 3 for 3.
3 from 3.
Beautiful. What? We're going to start. They're going to think it's all biased, and we're already getting Holden people on, but that's not the case. And of course, big news: the VF Commodore's on its way.
Yep.
Mid 2014, we're hearing. So
soon.
How do you feel about that?
Oh, great. I can't wait. It's going to be amazing. TTR colours are going to look stunning on it.
Gets a plug in for TTR too. I like that.
They're all the same, those TTR boys.
You have to get in there somewhere.
So. That's right.
We might wrap it up. Thanks heaps for joining us, Lee.
Thanks for joining us on Short Shift.
Take it easy. See you, mate.
Thank you.
That was a fantastic chat we had with Leal as well. So we had a lot of fun down at the grid. Chatting to a few of the drivers, and they had a lot of fun because they got a free drive on the simulator, which we saw in the last episode. We missed out on that.
Yeah, we did all the work, and we got no freebies.
Yeah,
never mind.
Oh well, that's why we're here doing on the big bucks here.
Yeah, that's right.
While we were there as well, we also caught up with Powerbond Racing's Marlon McMullen. Really, really good chat with Marlon. He's a very, very, very fun character to be around. He's got a real great personality. So,
yep.
Really, really fun chat with Marlon. Asked him about his relationship within his team. Of course, the crucial question, Ford or Holden, which would he pick? Obviously, we're 3 from 3 so far, or 5 from 5 if you include us.
Count us too, yeah, that's right.
So have a look at this. This is Marlon McMullen from Powerbond Racing.
Joining us now on short shift all the way from Powerbond Racing, Marlon McMullen. How you going, mate?
Good, good. Thank you, Sam. And how are you?
Good, buddy. Now, iRacing regular in the V8 Supercar Series, and your pace has been on the move too throughout end of 2013, now the start of 2014.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're very happy with how we're coming along. It's been quite a long season, trials and tribulations. But at the end of the day, we take it each week in and week out, and we try to make a good setup. And myself and Tobias, we're trying really hard at the moment, and just trying to bridge the gap to the main runners, really. And it's the story of all our lives at the moment, just trying to catch John Emerson and Madison. But at the end of the day, they're sensational races, and all we can do is try our hardest each week. And we're getting there. We're slowly getting there each week.
Now, obviously, you mentioned about Tobias. How is it having an international teammate? How do you find that?
It's very different. I mean, I thought at the start of it would be a bit of an interesting, role taken on such a different driver from a different country. I thought it'd be a bit of communication problems, but none have ever arisen whatsoever. He's a very competent driver. I've heard about his success on Gran Turismo against Madison. He's a very, very decent driver on that, and it's just great having someone to talk to at the end of the day. And we're very similar people. We work very well together, and it's a good relationship. I'm very happy with Tobias.
He's got good pace too. Sometimes you think about with international drivers whether they're really familiar with our Supercar series. So sometimes, I guess we tend to think that Aussie-based drivers are the ones for setup, but he's got a good head for setup, hasn't he?
He sure does. I mean, he's a good person to bounce ideas back off at the end of the day. I mean, at the end of the day, we both want to do good. I mean, the success is there. We want to strive as high as we can, and even if we have a little knocks here and there, we'll come back next week, and we'll just see how we go.
Now, what are the plans for you for 2014, Season 1, Season 2? What are your goals?
2014. Goals just to finish every race. That's always a good starting step. But other than that, I want to start aiming a bit higher. I've been here for a while now, and I've never really set these sort of high goals, what I should. And I want to try top 10. I mean, the competition's always increasing at the moment, and there's some really talented guys out there, as I've stressed out before, and it's just ever improving. So, I mean, top 10 would be beautiful for both Powerbond cars.
You're saying with yourself and Tobias at Powerbond, any plans in the future, possibly more drivers? Because we see a number of teams, TTRs, TTLs, ANZ, they always have a number of drivers, 4, 5, 6 drivers sometimes. Any plans maybe in the future to expanding? Well,
we've found that lately we've been a bit of a disadvantage against the other teams because they've got such more, bigger drivers and such, well-renowned names in them. They've got lots of setups, I guess, and they've got lots of ideas to bounce off each other. Otherwise, it's just myself and Tobias. So, I mean, we've got a couple of guys in the wings who are getting ready to go, and Kurt Stenberg's one of them. He's doing a really good effort at the moment, and I'm proud of him. I've took him on from R Factor. We've had lots of years of a relationship, so he's a good friend. And another one, Jake Burton. Hopefully, he's another one to add to the wings. But other than that, we're always looking to expand. We're always taking other drivers on board, just trying to help them develop. And at the end of the day, that's all we can do. We can all develop.
Obviously, you just talked about R Factor. When did you join iRacing? It's a question we seem to ask everyone.
I started on R Factor, joined iRacing, I think it was 2010, 2011. It was sort of one of those brief things. I started, then I left, then I came back, but now I'm here to stay. I've been here for the last 4 seasons, so I'm happy with the progress. And if I wouldn't be, then I wouldn't be.
It's a nice change, isn't it, when you go from R Factor to iRacing?
It really is. I mean, they're two different games entirely. I mean, the first thing is you do so well in R Factor, you come to iRacing, and then you're not doing as well as what you should, and it's a bit stressful. I mean, iRacing's such a hard premiership game, and they're different, entirely, to what they are. And iRacing's always been something I want to do well, and it's an achievement for myself if I do well. If I get a top 5, I get a top 10, I can really look back on it in the future and be proud of that.
Yeah. Now, what's your setup at home? What sort of rig do you have?
Nothing too flash, nothing too sensational compared to some of the other guys. It's got a wheelie chair really on a big sort of shag pile carpet and sticks it to the ground, and then just sitting at the table racing. So it's not really the best. I'm looking for the future, maybe a cockpit, just to keep something static and keep something, just sort of puts me in a bit more of a frame of mind, So you've got that mind, you want to go fast, you're not a sort of race car rather than sitting on a chair, worrying about if it's got to turn and is it going to roll off the carpet and you're going to fall off your chair. So it's many factors, I guess.
And that's one of the beauties too. We've touched on it a couple of times here on the show that different rigs, different setups. I mean, I started back in the day with just a desk and a wheelie chair.
I started with a laptop.
Yeah, that's right. So everyone's different. Some people will decide to build their own ring. Some people go for the hyper simulator setup and all the rest of it. But it just comes down to personal preference, and of course, the big factor is cash.
That's absolutely right. Money talks. So it's one thing.
Yeah.
Well, we better ask you the most important question: Holden or Ford?
Oh, okay, we've had a lot of discussion of this in Powerbond. If we're going to go Holden and Ford, I'll be going Holden.
Oh, good man.
Most of the team will be going Holden.
100% strike rate there, man.
We've got, we've got guys who like the Fords. We've got to respect that. We can't just go, full dedication to the Holden. So, we'll keep the Ford option there. But, for me, general consensus will be the Holden.
It's exciting too, isn't it? The news that we found out that the VF Commodore's coming to iRacing.
Oh, it's absolutely. It's awesome for all of us. It's good for iRacing. It's good for the series especially, and for the viewers. It's another familiar car that they can look back at it, see it, and it's good. Should bring a new element to the game.
Yep.
All right, Marlon, thanks heaps for joining us on Short Shift.
Cheers, thank you for that,
Cheers,
guys.
mate.
Cheers,
mate. Well, I think that just about does it for another episode of Short Shift. Thanks for joining us. But before we wrap things up, you've got something going on towards the end of the week, haven't you, my friend?
I have. On screen there, you'll probably see a little website down the bottom here somewhere. That is my donate link for World's Greatest Shave. I am shaving my hair. I will look like Sandman for a few days.
Poor bugger.
Probably on screen now. You're looking at my ugly mug. Please donate for the Leukemia Foundation, World's Greatest Shave. Fantastic cause. Lucky enough to not have to use a foundation like that myself.
Yes.
But it's so grateful to have charities like that and organisations like that for just in case. You never know when something would happen, especially to your kids. Fantastic. Please donate. Please reach in your pockets and get some coin out.
Yeah, still plenty of time, even though as you're watching this, the job's probably already done. But like I said, we'll put the address up on the bottom of the screen and dig deep and give what you can and put towards a great cause. And well done, Jay, for getting behind that because, like I said, it's a great cause. And poor bugger, you get to look like me for a week or two. At least yours grows back.
Well, that's what I'm worried about. I'm actually worried it's not going to grow back. So
you'll be fine.
See how we go. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really nervous about it. But I need to thank everyone at my work and also the local media in Bendigo as well for getting behind it. It's a really good cause. So
well
really
done.
Can't wait.
Bring it on. Bring on Friday.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, well, that'll wrap it up, mate. Thanks very much. I guess we'll do our best to get it out and we'll see what we've got in store for next week. But we've got a couple of exciting plans for Short Shift. We won't give away too much, but hopefully some exciting new locations that we've got dwindling around in the background. Not everything signed on the dotted line yet, but...
meaning the background of the rig.
Yeah. Well, maybe a bit more exciting than my backyard, but we'll see how we go. But we appreciate you tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. And, of course, big thanks goes to Direct Clutch Services for all their help. And, of course, presented by V8s Online. This is Short Shift. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.